Hello lovelies, I've got my first Evernight box from Illumicrate. For those of you that don't know, Evernight is a subscription box, book only, from Illumicrate, but it's horror themed, so no fantasy or romance or anything like that. This is the second box that they've done ever, but it's my first one. I think the first one contained silver nitrate. I can't remember the author, but let's tuck into this one. So this is the second box, Evernight, for October 2023. So we get a bit of paper. Is that a spoiler? Yeah. So we won't look at that. So this is an extra card to get some other horror books at an exclusive rate for Evernight customers. I'll have a look at that in a bit, but let's get into the book. Ooh. Caitlin Starling, Last to Leave the Room. Ooh. So here's the cover. So you've got a bit of gloss with some sort of sinister looking cat. And then it morphs into two sinister cats at the back. So that's the dust jacket. Oh, I like that. That does look a bit menacing. That is very fitting for a horror book, I think. Oh, and we've got a signed book plate, so you can stick that wherever you want. And the end paper, a bit suggestive. That's good that it's a door and then you turn over and it's not a door, but look at that as well. I like that, the design. And it's just plain at the back. And then is there a different end paper? Oh, so on this end paper you've got one girl going into a room, and on this one you've got two girls. Suggestive perhaps? Interesting. Let's read what it says on the back. So this is the blurb about the book. The city of San Sirico is shrinking. The basement of Dr. Tamsin Rivers, the arrogant, selfish head of the research team assigned to find the source of the subsidence, is sinking faster. As Tamsin grows obsessed with the distorting dimensions of the room at the bottom of the stairs, I'm assuming that room, she finds a door that didn't exist before, and one night it opens to reveal an exact copy of her. This doppelganger is sweet, bideable, where Tamsin is calculating and cruel. It appears fully, terribly human, passing every test Tamsin can devise. But the longer the double exists, the more Tamsin begins to forget pieces of her life, to lose track of time, to grow terrified of the outside world. As her employer grows increasingly suspicious, Tamsin must try to hold herself together long enough to figure out what her double wants from her and where the mysterious door leads. Enjoy your Evernight exclusive edition, which features a redesigned cover artwork by Baroque Gothic, designed by at Cover Dungeon Rabbit, end paper artwork at Dev Frost, different front and back, foil design on the case by Baroque Goth, digitally printed edges by Baroque Goth, and signed book plate. Join the reading along for our book of the month, starting the same day as the photo challenge in your Illumicrate reading room on Discord. You will find the link to join our server in the link tree on Instagram, #EvernightBooks. So yeah, this sounds very interesting and very much up my alley. I do love a good horror story. Always have. And the reason why I always have is because of these two stories. Dracula and Frankenstein, the OG classic Gothic horrors from way back in the day. Now, I thought I'd mention these because it's Halloween in like one day. Well, a couple of days. And these are fantastic editions. I absolutely love this. I've got a couple of editions of each book. But I've never had illustrated versions, so I've got these. The Frankenstein's only just been released a couple of days, whereas this one I think has been out a while. But this is Dracula, and it's got this wonderful velvet touch with this illustration, sketchy illustration. And there's the back, and then of course around the edge we have bats galore. But yeah, this is a really, really, really nice edition. I do love an illustrated version of books because I just find them easier to swallow. Someone that's dyslexic, it just breaks up the text a bit and just helps me digest the information better, I think. And it's always interesting because I always conjure up, I've got a very vivid imagination, so I always conjure up quite an image. So it's then also interesting to see how somebody else has interpreted the text as well. So this is the Frankenstein edition. It's got this very plasticky translucent foil that covers up this wonderful illustration on the back there, but it's just plastic. Acetate. And then around the edges you've got all the scribbles of Frankenstein's diary. And inside you've got these beautiful illustrations that are just black and red, I think. See, it's weird because I always assume black and red to be with Dracula, and then black and green with Frankenstein. But yeah, but these are just delicious illustrations. They are so detailed as well. I love them so much. So yeah, but I just point out these two beautiful editions. But yeah, that's only been out a couple of days as well, so I've got plenty of reading over the Halloween period. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you guys get Evernight as well, or if you're on the waiting list for it, and if horror books are your thing. Tell me what your favourite horror book is, whether it's a classic one or if it's, you know, something I'll probably never have heard of. Just let me know. I'll be interested to start a discussion with you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Ignore my finger. I've been cooking. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.